Life with Marlene, your Florida blogger. Appreciate every single person's support. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about, you know, when life is lifing and we're in whatever situation that we find ourselves in, trying to make ends meet, um, dealing with people and their attitudes. And aren't there many people who have an attitude problem and they need an attitude adjustment or a mental health evaluation? Just some people just do too much, they say too much, and they expect for you to take it. And the thing about it is, when we used to take things, I'm speaking from my personal experience. When I used to always be the person that would always take people's mess, I always would allow people to treat me whatever way they wanted to treat me. And when I finally got introduced to confidence and learning how to speak up for myself, I think it's one of the best things that ever happened to me is learning that I don't have to take it. And with that comes cutting people off and healing your standards, because sometimes we feel that certain individuals get a pass, like our relatives. It could be your spouse or somebody that you're dating. We give people so many chances, chance after chance after chance, and they just keep being disrespectful. They no show. They ghost. They use and abuse. They take advantage of you, and we're the ones that have to say enough is enough, right? I had to come to that space of saying, enough is enough. I don't have to take this. I deserve better. And when you start changing, so will your mindset. Your mindset and your focus changes when you change. When you don't allow people to disrespect you, how you treat yourself is going to change. And not sitting down waiting for people to love and support you and encourage you, you do that for yourself. And that's why I wanted to do this conversation today on this Wednesday. I don't have like a fancy title like I do for Motivational Monday or Transformational Tuesday. Maybe I'll call it Work It Out, Work It Out Wednesday. There you go. So, on today's Work It Out Wednesday, we're going to focus on working out things that's just not working, not just in the space of complaining about what's happening in our life and we don't like it and we're unhappy, and just accepting that and then just keep repeating. We complain about it, and then you're upset with other people because you're not getting a certain expectation, but we're allowing ourselves to do something about it, pushing past I'm uncomfortable with it, I don't like it. What are you going to do with this set of information? I don't like how I'm treated, I don't like how I feel, I don't like their energy. Will you actually do something to work it out, to make your life beneficial, to make your life have peace, to make you have joy and take care of your finances and your health? Now, I have to tell you all that many years ago, I never really used to think about myself, because I would listen to the people who were toxic, controlling, manipulative, that I had to do what they wanted to do. I was very much in the space of being a people pleaser. That's really all that I thought about, making other people happy. And I was very unhappy with my life. But ultimately, I had to come to the space where I got sick and tired of the treatment. I got sick and tired of feeling alone, even though I was in a relationship. I got sick and tired of me being the only friend or me being the only one to make plans and to do things. That gets to be very exhausting when you have people in your life, but they do not appreciate you and they don't support you and they fail to pour into you and empower you. But, it will all work out in the end. It all comes out in the wash because the people who get upset when you start changing. And that's what I believe every mature adult needs to do. If you don't like your current situation and circumstance, you are the one that has to make changes. And it really does start in your mindset. You are the one that says how your life is going to be because what you think about is what you do, and what you do shifts how your life will be. Will it be happy? Will you be peaceful? Will you, get into your life's work? Will you do all the things that you need to do to take care of yourself, to make yourself happy? But it does require work. It requires action, and that is the hard part. What most people, they want it easy. They want to ride on other people's coattails of success, and other individuals just want to complain about it. They're really never going to do anything because I'm going to be real with you all. Some people are just lazy. They want it easy. And if you really want your best life, your happiest life, you're going to have to make rapid changes in your life. And I'm only telling you guys what actually works. Because I tried. I tried to do the minimum, do the least. But I had to find out that if I wanted peace in my life, I had to cut out individuals that were taking my peace away. So it could be your romantic relationship. It could be your relatives. It could be quote unquote friends. It could be people on social media. But anything that is going to take your peace away, you need to evaluate who those people are and then shift them out of your life. You know, it's not simple, it's not easy because we have our emotions attached to people and we will love them, but are they loving us back? Usually that answer is no. We will be loving people, showing up for them, pouring into them, and they do not show up and pour into us at all. Actually, they're expecting for you to do more and for them to do less, and they don't understand why you're not okay with that. That is what a classic manipulator, a narcissist, a controlling person will do and say. They don't want to do anything. They want you to do everything for them and don't complain about it. And they will want to start an argument when they're in the wrong. But when we identify that, we're the ones that has to make changes. And that was the hardest part for me. Hi, Misty. How are you doing? Good morning from the Sunshine State. I hope you're doing well all the way over there in Texas. And I hope you and your family are well on this Wednesday. This is Work It Out Wednesday, and I wanted to have a conversation to talk about how we can shift the trajectory of our life and make our life amazing. And I know for me, I first had to shift out the things that were taking away from my peace and my joy. I had to remove the toxicity, the drama, the negatives, and start replacing that with positive things. Listening to positive material, whether on TV or the music I listen to, and also the people I associate with. Your life cannot have peace and joy and fulfillment if the people in your life are not at peace with themselves. If they're not happy, if they're not healed, you can't have that in your life. So I had to learn how to make better choices. I had to learn that it was okay to choose myself. It was okay for me to put on my oxygen mask. And that doesn't make me selfish. It means that I love myself. So that's something that I wanted to say to everybody. The people who want to use you, of course, are going to tell you you're selfish, try to make you feel guilty because they know that they're on a short leash, that they're about to be cut off. So they try to guilt you into sticking around. They try to guilt you into, well, you do this and this, but actually they're the one doing the the worst. They're the one doing the wrong behaviors, right? So it's not enough to just to check people and uh, say you need to change, because that's some people's personality. We have to see people for who they are and then have enough courage to accept it. And I went through that for probably about 2 years of my life, going back and forth, feeling bad and guilty for wanting better for my life, wanting to have goals, wanting to do something with my life, and not waiting for them to be on board, for them to support it, for them to validate me, for me to give myself the permission to do the things that I want to do, that is aligned with my purpose, that is also me protecting my mental health as well. So that was very hard, but I had to remind myself during those times that I'm worth it. And I say this to all of my GEMS family today, you also are worth it. And when you believe that, not just saying it, not just having this blanket statement of saying you love yourself, but because you love yourself, what am I willing to do to show it and prove it to myself? And for that reason, I had to eliminate, I had to cut off, I had to block out the toxicity and start choosing myself and doing more of walking in silence and minding my own business, not what other people think I should be doing with my life, with my gifts. And the same thing for all of you. We all are talented individual in one way or another. We may not be able to do the same things, but we all have something that we're good at. But we have to give ourselves the permission to see that in ourselves and to do something with those gifts. And you will do that when you believe, not just say you love yourself, but you believe that with your full heart. I believe in myself and there's nothing that I can do. And when you start making those decisions to choose yourself, how you show up for yourself, it's the way you talk to yourself, and it's also the way that you allow other people's energy and what they say, how it affects you. Misty says, yes, I have a family member that I have helped financially, but she is disrespectful and she refuses to go file for child support on her deadbeat husband. I can't take it no. I can't take no more money out of my account, and don't. You know, Misty, you don't have to even tell her anything. Just don't receive her phone calls anymore. Don't text her, nothing. Just go completely pin drop silent. And I think that's one of the things that really teaches people a lesson, that there's not going to be any, I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to try to convince you. When you cut people off and when they come to the door, don't answer the door. I'm not going to argue with you. When you start to shift how you treat yourself and not allowing them to control you, because every time you answer that phone call, every time you're talking to somebody and it's falling on deaf ears, you are wasting your time, your power, and it's affecting your mental health. And we have to learn to start choosing ourselves more, taking care of ourselves, making healthy choices, setting healthy boundaries, not only for other people, but also for ourselves. When I learned that part, I mean, my life started to become so much better. I began to smile more. I had peace. My weight started to normalize again, because I am definitely a stress eater. When I'm stressed out about something, I'll eat. And I don't eat the good food for me. I mean, I'll eat the foods that taste good to me, but I had to stop that. I had to stop letting other people negatively impact me. because that is exactly what happens. People will negatively impact you, they will take you down and disrupt your peace, but we are the ones that allow it. So it's all up to us. We're the ones that have to say when we're sick and tired of disrespect, being no showed, and I'm too grown to be arguing with people. I'm not going to argue with people. I'm not going to convince you that I need time for myself. I'm not going to convince you um, that you're a toxic individual. You are, and that's the way it is. I don't go back and forth with people. I don't argue with people anymore. I don't do that because I'm worth it. And I want to say that to all of you, all of my Gems family. We are worth it. And when you're worth it, you don't have to bring down your vibes. You don't have to raise your blood pressure and get yourself aggravated. Don't do that. Just cut them off. Just go pin drop silence. And they're going to wonder what happened to you. And they're not arguing with me anymore. They don't come around anymore. Don't waste your time and your energy on people who do not value you. Hey, Sirius, how are you doing? Happy Worth It Wednesday. Okay? So, that's something that everybody has a walk, a journey in their life, and each and every one of us is worth it, but we have to treat ourselves as such. And when I really started to value myself, and I mean really, guys, I really value myself, value my time, value my energy, value my talent, and really value my body as a temple, and that I got to take care of myself. And it's no shots to anybody else, but I had to look at myself and be happy with the woman that I see looking back at me. And if you see that you have some work to do on yourself, don't blame anybody else. You got to be accountable for yourself. And I know for sure I got lazy and I wasn't exercising. I was always making the excuse that I was tired, quote unquote, right? Yeah, you're tired, but you're always going to be tired. Just like you're tired, but you still go to work, you can also be tired and still exercise. Not only is it going to make you feel better mentally, but it's going to make you raise your self esteem because I don't know what it is, but when you look at yourself and you're like, I look good, it actually it adds and it makes you want to do more things for yourself. When you take care of yourself physically and mentally, you're also going to take care of yourself financially as well. Sirius says, I'm listening and working. Overall, I'm blessed and grateful. Awesome, Sirius. Me as well. Sirius says, absolutely. Misty says, yes, it's my grown 45-year-old daughter with two kids. I have given her over 3 to 4 thousand this year, and I feel sorry for her. She refuses to file for child support on a deadbeat husband. Well, Misty, I can't tell you what to do with your life and with your daughter because it is your daughter. But I just want to encourage you to start thinking about yourself. However you got your money, it's your money, and she's not entitled to it. You don't have to give it away, but you have to become strong inside of yourself and think about your goals instead of giving your money away. I'm sure there's something that you need to do for yourself with that money. So just cut it off and don't explain. Don't give any money. And when she is begging you, trying to pull on your heartstrings and say things like, "I thought you loved me," that's gaslighting. And I'm sure that you have been gaslighted because that's one of the things that people do that claim that they love us. You know, they make us feel guilty to help them financially. But don't fall for it. When you already know that something is about to happen, you got to prepare your mind for it. Okay? So I'm going in. You have to go in knowing, Misty, that she's going to say, I thought you loved me. I thought you cared about me. Or pull on your heartstrings, but your grandchildren need help. And this is when you say that means that you need to do what you need to do to take care of your kids. So she's going to have to step up and do what she needs to do, but you tell her the bank is closed. I'm not helping you anymore. It's just a suggestion. You can take it or leave it, Misty. Real odds and evens. How are you doing? Welcome in. Happy Work It Out Wednesday. Is there something in your life that you need to be working out? Is it working on your physical health? Or this is one of my things that I always have something that I need to work out, unresolved issue, something that you're still upset. Somebody did something, they brought pain into you, and you have some unresolved issue. And I tell you that you're the only one that can work that out. You're going to carry around that heavy weight until you give yourself the permission to let it go. I'll tell you that. We're the only one that can set ourselves free from a prison. I can say for many years I was harboring this anger and resentment, but I was the one that had to release myself from that prison. I was the one that had to forgive them. And I'll tell you guys that forgiveness is one of the hardest things to do, but the best thing that you can ever do for yourself. The best. Because it's not that you are forgiving people because they did right to you. They most definitely did you wrong, did you dirty, backstabbed you, used you, and abused you. But you forgive them so that you can be free. And I'll tell you that if you keep holding on to what somebody did, and you're always talking about they did this to me, they backstabbed me, they used me, they disrespected me, they did this, they right. Of course, have your say. Put all the cards on the table. Write it out, journal it out. Say what you need to say. I was hurt. They did this. I can't believe it. Get all of that out. You have to release that part. But also at the same time, you can't keep holding on to it and expecting for your life to elevate. You can't expect to have good health and you got all these things that you're holding in and you're worried about, because I am not a doctor, but I'm somebody who knows that for sure when you hold on to what people do to you, it is going to affect your health, and not in a good way. I've seen people taken out of this life way sooner than they should have because they did not forgive. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy to forgive them, but you got to do what you have to do. Sometimes I've had to just say, I am still upset. I do not accept what they did to me, but I'm not going to let myself hold on to this any longer. I free myself and I give this away to what I believe in. You got to give that away to something else, something that's bigger than you. And then you work it out within yourself to how you can treat yourself better. Misty said, "Once I give her my money, then I'm without. I have my own financial obligations. When she has money, she never gives me nothing. When I tell her go file child support, she gets angry and upset. See, Misty, but the thing is, you got to stop telling her what to do, and just do it, okay? And every time she comes around, and she's gonna ask you for money, tell the answer is no. And no matter how much you get angry, you stomp your feet, you are grown, and I have enabled you. You need to tell her, I have enabled you. I have made you into something that I'm embarrassed about, but I can no longer enable you. I have to take care of myself. So if you ever come back around here, it's always going to be no. So you're the one that has to work that out, Misty. You can't just tell her what she needs to do. You also have to show her that you're not the one that's going to be enabling her anymore. Because that's what we do when we give people our money and they know that they can take care of themselves. We're not helping them. You're actually hurting yourself. Real odds and evens says, I do feel that there is always something that we can work out. Even if it all seems great, we can sand off the edges. Every day won't be grand, but things can trigger other things, I believe. And you're right about that, real odds and evens. There's always something that we can fine tune. How we're treating ourselves. Are you exercising as much as you could? And I don't mean doing a marathon, a 5K, a 10K. You don't have to do the most, but could you increase how long you go for a walk? Walking in place, getting exercise, going for a walk in nature, doing some things to take care of yourself, and also how you take care of your physical person, your personal care. That I step up my game in how I'm treating my skin and how am I treating my mental health. We can always work things out for how we process things and to not sit in anger. Do we free ourselves from it? Do we forgive things or do we hold on and harbor that resentment? Like I'm going to get them. I'm going to get even. Do you seek revenge or do you seek peace? And sometimes I can't say sometimes. Almost 100% of the times it's better to let people be and cut them off than trying to get even, trying to, I'm going to get you back. Yeah, it may feel good to get that revenge, but it's always so much better when you just cut off those individuals that are users and abusers and take advantage of us. And trust me, they miss us. I know that for sure. When you're a good person and you have been a positive influence on people's life, they're most definitely going to try to circle back and come back in your life. They're going to beg you. They're going to tell you how much they've changed, but you're not on that time anymore. You should have appreciated me and loved me while you had me. There's the door, and you can never come back. Hey, Charlene, how are you doing, Chill Will Crew? I really appreciate you being here. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Is there something you need to work out today? Misty says, excellent topic. I really need to hear this. I feel sorry for her with two kids, and she has been separated from her husband for over a year. She refuses to go file for child support. Right. And I understand that, Misty. But I just recommend that you are the one. Sometimes we're the ones that have to show people tough love. I love you and I care for you, but I cannot enable you. I can't enable you. You are going to have to cut her off, Misty, at one time or the other because it's affecting your ability to pay your bills and it's affecting your mental health. So you got to choose yourself. And I understand that she has two kids, but they are her children and she has to step up and take care of it. So if she cannot find it from you, it's going to force her to do what she needs to do. Okay? It's just some friendly life coaching tip and just some advice from somebody who has enabled people for a long time, given money away, and you think that you're helping them, and your bills get late, your stuff gets cut off, and at the same time, like you said, when they have it, they don't, hey, do you need something? Can I help you with something? They're not extending their hand to help you, but they expect for you to extend your hand to them. Mm-mm, that's not going to work. So we got to step up for ourselves. We got to take care of ourselves. Real odds and even says indeed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all of those things. Hey, realist, how are you doing? Happy Work It Out Wednesday. So I have one more topic that I want to talk to in addition to what I was talking about and working things out. It's refusing to allow toxic people to affect our mental health. And we all have things going on in our lives. Every single one of us. We each have things going on. Financial things. We have our physical health. Sometimes we have some issues with our health. You may have some sort of condition, a disease, things like that. And we have to take care of ourselves. It's not an optional thing. And I wanted to encourage somebody today to not keep choosing yourself last and not to feel guilty about it, because I don't know what that's all about. But a lot of times we will guilt ourselves, we'll make ourselves feel guilty that we want to do something for ourselves. Like, for instance, maybe a vacation or something we want to do for our home. Maybe you want to buy a car, upgrade your car, or even something as simple as maybe getting a different phone or buying yourself something that you've been wanting. Don't feel guilty to do something for yourself, because we work hard and it's your money, okay? And you have the choice to do what you want to with your money. Don't let other people affect you in a negative way, affect your mental health and make you feel guilty and feel like a bad person because you're taking care of yourself. I want to encourage all of you, every single one of you, all my ladies that are listening now live, take care of yourself, ladies. To all of my gentlemen, take care of yourself, gentlemen. You know, we are the ones that have to show up and show out for ourselves. And especially when it comes to the mental health aspect, if you've been doing too much for everybody, you have to not only set boundaries, but you also have to enforce them. That's so important. You can't just say, I don't like this. I don't want you to do that. Don't treat me that way. But then you keep finding yourself circling back and saying the same things over and over again. It means that you have not been enforcing it. And let's talk about that for a little bit. When you enforce your boundaries about what you do not like, when someone steps over, crosses the line, this is when you need to take action. You need to inform them. I've asked you to not do whatever it is, and you have. So that's a person that you're going to block them and say, and you tell them, you inform them, I'm going to block you for a week. And hopefully, after that time, you'll learn the lesson that I stand on business when I say I don't like this or that. You know, we have to stop talking about what we don't like and show them and tell them, I don't play when it comes to me. When I've asked you to do something, I mean for you to respect it. You may not like it, but you will respect it. So in a week, I'm going to unblock you. And the next time, if you do it again, after that, it's going to be permanent. See, you have to teach people to really think, oh, I can't play with her or him. And when people know that you play with them, they're going to keep pushing the envelope. They're going to keep pressing your buttons. They're going to keep upsetting you because they know that you're not going to do anything about it. So you have to prove to them, you have to show them that you're serious. You do. You have to show, if you have children, you have to show people in your romantic relationship. You have to show people on the job. You have to show people on social media. You have to show your friends. You have to show everybody. Because a lot of times we get off track. We will tell people we don't like things, but then we keep allowing it. So on today's um, Work It Out Wednesday, we need to work out some things that maybe you've let things slide. You haven't You haven't enforced those boundaries. You haven't stood on business. You've been talking about it. You've been trying. You've been attempting, but you haven't been standing firm. And when you say something, you have to prove it. Not just say it. You got to prove it. This is what I mean, and I'm cutting you off. You give people one chance, okay? And you tell them, I'm going to block you for 1 week. After a week, I will unblock you, and I'll see if you can respect my boundaries. After that, if they do it again, then that's it. Then it's final. There's no coming back. I give people one chance after I've warned them. Okay? I tell them what they've done, and you give them the consequence of this is I'm going to block you for 1 week. There will be zero contact for you to think about how you're going to treat me. See, there, right there, you are teaching people a lesson. I can't play with them. I have to respect their boundaries, or they will no longer be a part of my life. See, when you show people that you mean what you say, there will be consequences. Trust and believe people will act different. And if they don't act different, then this is where you reinforce. Okay, then I'm done. Don't come around me. I'm not calling you. I'm not texting you. We are done. You have to show people how serious you are, and there should be nothing more serious than you. When it comes to your life, don't let people play in your face. Don't let people affect your mental health. Don't let people bring in their drama, or they want you to give them the solutions, but they're never accepting any of your advice. They're still doing whatever they want to do. And that's the ones that you like. You're not serious. Don't come over here and play with me. So don't waste your time. And I want to encourage all of you to apply some of that love to yourself, that patience, that compassion, and do what you need to do for yourself. Have you gone to your doctor's appointments? Are you taking care of your physical health? Are you stepping up your game when it comes to your self-care? With everything? How you look? Are you happy with that? Only we can answer those questions. So on today's Work It Out Wednesday, I want you to think about something, and I give you that assignment to work on one thing that maybe you've been slacking on, and I want you to reinforce it. I want you to stand on business. Don't play games with people, okay? Block people if you need to block them. Pull back. Stop letting yourself be accessible. And that is the problem with most of us. We allow ourselves to be too accessible. We let people do whatever they want to, and when there is no consequences, that's why we get upset and frustrated. So stand on business. Show people that you don't play when it comes to you. Say, I'm a grown man. I'm a grown woman, and you will respect me. Okay? That's the message today, gems. I appreciate every single one of you. So go out there and work it out. Mean what you say and say what you do. And showing your actions and your energy that you love yourself, that you're your own best friend, and you're going to do what's necessary to protect your peace. Okay, everybody. This is Life with Marlene, your Florida vlogger. Oh, and if you have not already, check out my vlog from yesterday. I did a haul of Dollar Tree and Marshalls. So if you're interested in that vibe, check out that vlog. And if not, I have other vlogs. I have many vlogs, travel vlogs of my sunshine state of Florida. Just so check them out. Give your girl a view and a click and some comments. And if you're new to this channel and you enjoyed this conversation, this life coaching session, then feel free to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. And shout out to my mods. I have amazing mods. And if you see somebody here in blue, then that means that I think they're awesome. So why not go by and check out their content? And if they're not a content creator, get them anyways, because that means that they're a great supporter of mine. I appreciate all of my mods. And anybody who came in here today, Know yourself, love yourself, and respect yourself. Stand on business, okay? And you know what I say over here? Love your life and live your life. Thank you, Misty. Excellent topic. Thank you. And if anybody is watching in the replay, leave me a comment below. I'm Life with Marlene, and I'm out.